subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to stay tuned to all the updates that are going to come later on. Welcome students to my first online class. Today the class is about basic English. The topic is parts of speech. We know this thing that this is the basic level of grammar, and without knowledge regarding the parts of speech we will not be able to move on to the second stage of grammar: active, passive voice, direct, indirect, simple, complex and compound, and all the rest of the things. We need to have an in-depth idea regarding this topic in order to be good at grammar. The basic thing that I'd like to share with you in today's class is that every single word in English has a part of speech. Every single word. There is no English word without a part of speech. So many of my students ask me this question the moment I say this thing, that sir, there are three English words, a, an and the. So what are the parts of speech of these three words? We all know that these three are known as articles. But there are 9 parts of speech actually: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction and interjection. So these are the 9 basic parts of speech, 8 basic parts of speech: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection. 8 parts of speech, not parts of speeches or part of speeches, because the word speech cannot be pluralized. We have to keep this thing in mind. But some of my students, even parents, also say part of speeches, so that is wrong. But a, an and the are articles. We have to clarify this concept at the outset, that all articles are included in this category, adjectives. All articles are included in this category, adjectives. Now I am drawing a Venn diagram to prove this point, to clarify this point. A, D and ADG, ADJ. Okay, A, the inner circle refers to articles. The next circle determiners, the next circle adjectives. So you see, all articles are determiners, but all determiners are not articles. Similarly, all determiners are adjectives, but all adjectives are not determiners. Okay, so most of us have this idea that, or we will give this definition, that nouns are the names of person, places or thing. Definitely that definition is correct, but incomplete. So if we want to give the correct grammatical definition of noun, we have to say that nouns are those words which can act as a subject or object of a verb or the object of a preposition. Keep this in mind: the subject or object of a verb or the object of a preposition is always a noun. If we keep this thing in mind, it would be easier for us to identify nouns. Moving on, pronouns. Second, what are pronouns? Simply speaking, simply saying, pronouns are those words which are used in place of a noun. Now let me take 2 examples: my, mine. Now in several books at the basic level, and rightly so, both these words are regarded as pronouns. But today, through 2 sentences, we shall try to understand the difference between these 2 words, and through these 2 sentences we shall get an idea regarding pronouns and adjectives as well. If you look at these 2 sentences that I am writing, this is my ball, dot. Don't forget to give the dot, because sometimes we forget to give the dot, but the dot is very important. Without the dot, the sentence is incomplete. This ball is mine. Now look at these 2 words, my and mine. Look at this first word, my, after which the noun is coming. We know an adjective is a word that qualifies a noun. So this word is qualifying the noun. So this word is not an, this word is an adjective, not a pronoun. So this is an adjective and this word is a pronoun. Normally a pronoun and a noun cannot come one after the other. So through these two sentences, I hope you have got an idea regarding the difference between pronouns and adjectives. Pronouns are words which are used in place of a noun, and adjectives are those words which qualify a noun. Look at this word, this and this again. Look at this. After this, no noun is coming. After this, a noun is coming. So just now, what I have told, this is an adjective and this is a pronoun. These two are this is an example of possessive adjective, this is an example of possessive pronoun, this is an example of demonstrative adjective, this is an example of demonstrative pronoun. That's why if you read the chapters of pronouns and adjectives, you shall find many categories similar. Demonstrative adjectives, demonstrative pronouns, distributive adjective, distributive pronouns, possessive adjective, possessive pronouns. Let us move on to the next part of speech, that is verb. So most of us will say that verb is a doing word. Definitely that is correct. But verb is not only a doing word. A verb is a doing word, but it also describes being, means existing, and having, means possession. So any word, okay, that conveys the sense of doing, being or having, it is a verb. Now verbs can be divided into various categories in different ways based on the grammatical concept that we are going to inculcate. So in one such division, verbs can be divided as helping verbs and main verbs, whereas verbs can also be divided as finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Sometimes, let me clean the board. Sometimes verbs can be divided as transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. So we shall discuss about these in the upcoming videos in details. So let's move on to the next topic, that is adverb. So ADVERB. Now from the name, we think that adverb has to do only with verbs, and many of us think this that adverb is a word that qualifies a verb. Yeah, definitely adverb qualifies a verb, but it does not only qualifies a verb. Okay, an adverb is a word with the highest power of qualification in English. We have already discussed about adjectives. Adjectives can qualify nouns and pronouns, but adverbs can qualify verb, adjective and another adverb. So an adverb can qualify a verb, an adjective and an adverb. Let us take two sentences to prove this point. He runs fast. This word is a pronoun which is the subject of the sentence. This word is a verb. Without verb we cannot write any sentence. This word is a word which qualifies the verb. It tells us about the manner of running. So this word is an example of what is known as adverb. Now if I slightly change the sentence, he runs very fast. Very fast. We see this word very qualifies or modifies this word fast. So fast is already an adverb which we have discussed just now. So very is also an adverb because an adverb can qualify an adverb also. The only difference is that fast is an adverb of manner, whereas very is an adverb of degree. Now let me take a second example. He is good. A very simple sentence. We see this word qualifying the pronoun, and we have already discussed any word that qualifies a noun or a pronoun is an adjective. So this word is an adjective. If I slightly modify the sentence, change the sentence, he is very good. Okay, we see this word very is qualifying good. So this word becomes an adverb. So from the first example, when I started discussing he runs fast, we get an idea that first qualifies a verb. So this is an adverb. When I modified the sentence, he runs very fast. Okay, very qualifies fast. So you have seen that adverbs can qualify adverbs also. And he is very good. Okay, here we see that adverbs qualifying adjectives. Okay, so let us move on to the next topic. That is preposition. Preposition. The very word preposition is a combination of two words, pre and position. Pre means before. Before what? Any word whose position is before. Before what? Before a noun. So the word preposition, okay, means, or the part of speech preposition refers to an entity, a grammatical entity whose position is normally before a noun, and it establishes a relationship between the noun that comes after it with any other word in the sentence. Okay, so the word that comes after a noun, the word that comes after a preposition is known as the object of the preposition, and as we discussed at the beginning, that nouns and noun equivalents can act as the object of preposition, and that is a way of identifying nouns. That is a way of identifying nouns. The book is on the table. If you look at this word on, okay, the word that comes after on is table. So this is the object of the preposition, and this is the preposition. Okay, structurally prepositions are of three types. One is a simple preposition. A simple preposition is a preposition like on. Now the ball fell into the river. If you look at this sentence, now see, into is the preposition here, which is a combination of two prepositions, in and to, joined to form a single word. This is known as a compound preposition, and the third type of preposition is known as a preposition phrase or a phrase preposition. Okay, he succeeded by dint of hard work. By dint of, this total phrase acts as the preposition. So this is an example of prepositional phrase. Structurally, prepositions we have already discussed are of three types: simple preposition, compound preposition, and prepositional phrase. Simple preposition, compound preposition, and prepositional phrase. Let us now take the example of a conjunction. Conjunctions are connectors or joiners. Okay, conjunctions join two words or phrases or two sentences, and conjunctions structurally, conjunctions are of three types. Okay, one is a simple conjunction, which is made up of a single word. One is a conjunctional phrase. Okay, and another one, this is also known as a compound conjunction, and the third one is known as conjunction in pairs. Okay, where two words, okay, come together. Let us discuss this. Okay, Ram and Sham had come. Dot. If you look at this sentence, okay, here this is the conjunction and. So this word is joining, okay, these two words. If I change this word and into as well as, the meaning remains almost the same. Okay, but here instead of one word we are having a conjunctional phrase or a compound conjunction. Now if I change the sentence in this way, both Ram and Sham had come. Okay, what is the conjunction here? This one and this one. So this is an example of conjunctional pair. Okay, both and, either or, neither nor, not only but also, these are known as conjunctional pairs. And these two words, okay, come together. If I use both, then I have to use and between both and there is always a word. Okay, so that has to be kept in mind, friends. Interjection is the last part of speech, and this part of speech is quite easy to identify, simply because interjections, when we use in a sentence, okay, they are always followed by a note of exclamation. So interjections are those words which convey emotions. Like you see, fi means shame, fi, a soldier, and afraid to fight. Look, hush, silence, the baby is sleeping. Low means look. Lo, what a terrible sight. So these are all examples of interjections, friends. Fi, which means shame, hush, silence, and lo means look. Now here we see, okay, the sentence, if you look at this sentence, it is a combination of an interjection and an exclamatory sentence. So these are all examples of interjections, and that's all so far as the topic of parts of speech is concerned. Friends, I hope you have liked the video and you have found it informative. If you have found it informative and have liked the video, please drop a like, and also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can stay tuned for the upcoming videos.